In today's video, we're going to show you how to use the custom tartan designer at USA Kilts to make your own custom tartan. Stay tuned. Well, hello everybody, I'm Matt Willis Bagpiper, and on this channel I make videos to make you a stronger and more confident piper. If you like this kind of content, please think about giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. Inside this box right here, I have a number of items from USA Kilts, and this is a custom woven tartan that I designed myself using their tartan designer. This was not anything from them. This was my idea. I paid for the order, but I thought I would unbox it and just show you guys what I got here. So let's not waste any time. Now, there are supposed to be a number of items in this box. We'll see if they all fit. I'm rather surprised how small it is. Let's see. Already got a sticker out of here. And here we go, everybody. The box is opening up, and the first thing that comes out is, that's right, Victory Green from the Dallas Stars. That might give you a hint as to maybe what inspired this particular tartan. We got some paperwork here. We'll deal with that later. We'll put Mr. Victor up over there. And we'll see what all we have in here. Of course, we have our lovely candy and everything that USA Kilts always provides. Thank you so much, Rocky and Ian. That's Rocky Roger and Ian Anderson with USA Kilts. And let's not waste any time and go through what we have in this box here. And it does appear to be everything. So let's start with this big guy right here. We have a mini kilt for my wife in jade green, peroxide black, and gray. I don't remember the name of the gray. But I went with all traditional colors so I could go with a 16-ounce wool. If you go with a 13-ounce wool, there's many, many more color options. When you go with the 16-ounce in the custom, if you don't want to get custom dyed material, which really brings up the price, there's a limited number of colors you can pick from. But so far, I am thrilled with what I'm seeing right here. So that one's a little short for me, but it is not too short for the missus. And then we have a sash for my wife as well, for when I'm wearing the kilt and she's wearing another dress. And then finally, we have my flashes right here. Tartan flashes, always an important part of the ensemble. The kilt was made by Mac, and the dimensions of the kilt are right on there, which is great. And then we have my kilt right here. This is a full 8-yard kilt sewn to the set in the back. And I am thrilled. I can't wait to try all of this on and see how it fits and looks, but I am very pleased. I've wanted a green kilt forever, and being a Dallas Stars fan, you know, I am located in Dallas, Texas. It seems only natural, and I think the color match, there you got some of the jersey, and then you got the kilt right there. I think it's pretty great. Let's keep going. Given that I do wear the military type outfit more often than not, I also got a Piper's Plaid right here, and it is tied up with a little bit of other tartan material, actually. Over here, the part that I'll be seeing probably the most often is the custom bag cover right here. Here we go. Very nice. We got the non-slip patches there, and I went ahead with the silver gimp trim. I don't know why it's called that. It's a weird word. But we have the stars-inspired tartan bag cover right here. And then finally, I think this is just the remaining material that I can choose to do whatever I want with. Indeed, I just have some squares of material that, are great, and we'll figure out some use for these. So the most important thing now is, well, to try these on. But before I do that, let's go through the tartan designer and kind of show you how you go about doing all this and what I did to make this tartan right here.
Not everyone's aware of this, but I do have books for sale on Amazon. Primarily my Bagpipe Basic Series manual here. This goes along with, well, my Basic Series, and it is all of the PDFs that have previously been provided, but they're all in one place, one book, full color. And there are colored extra bits and blurbs throughout this whole thing, giving you extra information that is only available in this book, not on the online ones. I also have my Tunes, Chords, and Harmony series. It's actually a 2-part series. This one is a first edition and still comes with the CD, so you can get it, but it will be getting re-released in March. But right now, I do have the Christmas edition. This has 23 Christmas carols in it with harmony parts and chords, so you can play with other musicians. There's a guide on how to get your bagpipe in tune with a piano or a guitar or vice versa. So check check those out at www.bit.ly/MattBookPro, and make sure to capitalize as you see it on screen, and you can check out the books here.
All right, I'm at usakilts.com right now, and we're going to just go ahead and click boom right here on Tartan Designer. Now it has my stars tartan already pulled up right here. These are the thread counts and the colors I used. Now we ended up going with different colors because I went with the 16 ounce and the O green was only available for the 13 ounce, and I wanted the heavier weight kilt. But working with Ian, he was able to get me a photo of a bunch of green swashes. In fact, that's why I sent Victor E. Green to USA Kilts, so they would actually be able to show the greens against the sweater that Victor is wearing there, and I could determine which one I like best. And we all agreed that the jade and the 16 ounce. But the folks at USA Kilts, clearly very happy to work with you and make sure that it all goes well. So here, though, it's listed as O green, but I want to design a new one. Let's go ahead and save my design. I'm going to go ahead and sign in real quick here. And we can go to my tartan designs. And you can see I've actually designed several of these already. There was a flannel I had, and it looked very similar to this orange here, but it was not a tartan. It was a plaid. So like it wasn't symmetrical. So I tried to make a symmetrical version of that. And then here with the Willis green, as I'm calling it, this was my attempt to do like my tartan wall featured in the videos, which again is not a tartan, it's more of a plaid, non-symmetrical. And this kilt designer will let you make non-symmetrical kilts. I haven't quite been able to get it to do what I want it to do. And my idea of a tartan is definitely symmetrical. So trying to see if I could get that closer. Let's go ahead and edit that Willis green and see here what I have going on. So again, it's got 4 colors up here, and you can see to get a complicated design like that bit of business right here, it really, you can go a long way. You know, that's a lot of different sequences of threads and everything. But I want to go ahead and start over with a brand new design. So let's go ahead and start over. Yes. And we're going to name this one YouTube video, because why not? So now we have that one started, and YouTube makes me think red. So let's go with the scarlet. Red, black, and white are going to be the primary colors if you're doing YouTube. Let's go ahead and add a darker red as well. So here I'm going to just kind of drag these down. And you can see it's already showing up. Now these default at 16. The larger squares, like the one on my Stars Inspired tartan, those were 60 across. So we're going to go ahead and I want to make, for now, the primary color red. So we're going to make that 60. And already starting to look much more like a tartan, though I want something a little bit more complicated here than I had in my Stars Inspired one. So let's go ahead and add some more. And let's make these thinner. Let's make that 6, 6, 6, not 66, 6, 6, and 6. Okay, one of these. It's showing up actually with an extra little bit of white right there. Let's see if I change the, there we go. That was just a little kind of graphic glitch. Now you see the idea. All right, let's make this middle one a little bit bigger. And you can go up by 2 at a time using these plus. Oh, that's interesting. It goes up by 2, it goes down by 1. So if you want to get to 11, you have to get up to 12 and then down, or you could just type it in, of course. And just like that, by adding a color at the top, we've now kind of doubled the width of this red section here. It's actually starting to look pretty good. Let's add another bright red. Let's make that 12. Let's make this one 8. And let's put a white stripe right in the middle of all of that. So here is a possible idea for a YouTube video inspired tartan. You know, just trying to look at the various colors and stuff that are on the YouTube logo. Am I going to get this one printed? No, because it is quite expensive, but it's fun to play around with and it's free. So yeah, play around with it. See if you can design a tartan of your own that you like. And the folks at USA Kilts will be happy to work with you. Once you have your tartan design and you speak with the folks at USA Kilts, they will get you a CAD kind of drawing through email that you have to approve. That is the final design with all of the colors, dimensions, and all of those specs on it. So you'll need to get that approved before the process starts. And then they will send it to the mill. It takes a couple of months. It's custom made and they're getting put in line like everything else. But, you know, within 3-4 months, it's about how long it took for me to get mine. You'll go from having something you just see on a computer screen to a tartan like you're going to see me wearing in just a minute with the whole outfit. So here, make sure to update design. That is how you save it right here. Oh, it says rename. No, it's, well, yeah, I'm not really seeing save. So let's go ahead and override because this is the one I want. This is the YouTube. And just to make sure it's still there, let's go to Tartan Designer. Oh no, let's go to Tartan Designs under your profile here. And let's go to edit. And it went away. And let's figure out how to save this thing. We like the reds. We went with the scarlet. We went with the dark ruby. There is custom, as you see right here, and you can kind of do anything. That gets really pricey to get custom, you know, dyed. If you want a really specific color for your school or your organization, they will absolutely do it, but it's more money. You'll have to talk to them about what that price is. I wanted mine to be Stars inspired. I didn't need it to be the actual victory green specifically that the Dallas Stars use. Besides, they change it every couple of years anyway. But in any case, I wanted it to look like a tartan, like a kilt you could just wear anywhere. But if you're a Stars fan, you kind of know. So I wanted traditional colors, but you can absolutely get custom colors. Anyways, let's go to neutrals here. Add that peroxide and white in there. And let's again, trust build. I'm just going to put them all in there like this. And I'm going to see what we have to do to save this. Let's just rename it YouTube Video 1. And update design. Design saved to your account. So give it a new name. Let's play around with this real quick again. There we go. Now I got several of those little, like, I don't know, Purina looking little logos there. I like them. So let's go ahead and update design. Oh, it already. Let's rename this. And now the design's been saved. So you're going to rename it to save it. I don't see a save button. Maybe play around with it a time or two before you like really go to town, or maybe even take a screenshot of your thread counts over here so you can rebuild it pretty quickly. As you see, it's pretty fun to play around with. A few things might be a bit counterintuitive, but you know, you can find ways around. You guys are watching YouTube videos. You're pretty tech savvy. So anyways, let's try this whole thing on and see how it looks. All right, everybody, we got the reveal here of the full kit. We have the kilt, we have the flashes right here, we have the full Piper's plaid. I had to relearn how to tie this. I actually had not put one on in quite some time. It's been, you know, Texas in summer until just very recently, so this is really hard to wear in July when it's 100 or so outside. In any case, I think this looks absolutely phenomenal. I could not be happier with how it turned out, the quality of the construction of everything, and that the design that I came up with was rendered so faithfully into an actual garment that I think looks like $1 million. Got my microphone right here, but you can see it's finally a crumb catcher style Piper's plaid. My previous one on my Anderson kilt, that had the pleats facing the wrong way and they are stitched in. So there's no easily going back and fixing that. So when I wear the Anderson, it's just gonna have to have upside down pleats, though I have a feeling I'm going to be wearing my Stars inspired tartan as probably my primary uniform moving forward at this point. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Rocky Roger and Ian Anderson at USA Kilts for being, well, terrific to work with and making this all possible. I greatly, greatly appreciate it, guys. I wanted to give a quick shout out to the members of my Patreon community. These are folks that contribute monthly to the channel. You'll see their names scrolling up right now. I'd love to add your name to this list. There is perks on there. I've given away a number of free things over the years, and sometimes there's access to early videos. That's hard to do. You know, I typically edit on Fridays and launch on Fridays, but if I can get it out early, I will. And those are the folks that can get to see it. I really appreciate everyone's support. Thank you. So if you want a custom tartan, you've seen how to do it. You've seen how to go about saving it so you don't lose it. And you can see here how phenomenal it really does turn out. So yeah, if you have an idea, play around with it there and maybe, just maybe, get yourself a custom kilt. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you got something out of the video, please think about giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. It helps more than you know. And until next time, everybody, I'm Matt Willis. Cheers.